G'day and welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my new walk behind sprayer setup. I've been a very lucky boy. I'm super excited about it. And along the way, I'm going to show you and talk about some tips to do with calibrating your sprayer so that you can get the absolute most out of your products, get the best bang for buck, get the best results on your lawn. So let's check it out. When we first bought this house, when our offer was first accepted about a year ago actually, I straight away knew that with the size of this yard, I was not going to be filling up a backpack sprayer multiple times. So I started to look into my options of a walk behind sprayer. So in the end, I put something on Instagram. A guy who follows me, I ended up buying this tank on this sort of cart thing off him. And then what I did was I contacted a steel fabricator who was not interested in the job. So I made this handle out of timber, which is holding up pretty well so far. And one of my best mates did the electrical work so that it can be it was working well for me, but the way it was originally set up was with a boomless spray nozzle. So there was just one nozzle that sat here and spread out the spray like that. It worked well enough for me for long enough, but the way it was a really fine droplet. And so there was more likely to be more drift. And for me, there wasn't going to be as much accuracy when I was applying products. So I think it was actually 3 weeks ago when I last applied the Lawn Tips mix that I'd had enough on that day. I was like, no, that's enough of this. So I did contact Silvan because Silvan have said to me before, they gave me my 12-litre backpack sprayer. Like I want that to be fully disclosed and everything, but, and they've provided all of this equipment to add on to the sprayer. They had nothing to do with my original purchase, but they've added on to it. So yeah, I sent them a message. I said, hey, have you got a boom solution for me? So yeah, Greg from Silvan, Joe also came out, the marketing manager. They've come out, done the work here and fitted on this boom spraying attachment, which is, yeah, I'm really excited about it, just from pushing it around on the concrete and stuff and flicking it off and on when we were getting it working and everything. Really excited for how much more and how much better it's going to work and how much more I'm going to get out of my products. It's just quietly, I've seen a couple of bits of winter grass and I applied a pre-emergent out here. So look, things like that to get a really nice even coverage. Yeah, it's going to be a really good upgrade. So what they've put on here, smooth flow pump, which is basically just not going to stop that jolting and things like that, and it's going to give me a really smooth pressure and flow through the pump and not have, especially when I get low on the tank, any jolting of the pump. When I turn it off, it's almost instant that it turns off as well. These nozzles, these are no drip nozzles, which is awesome because you want to know that you turn it off and as you're walking around, depending on what products you're spraying, that it's not going to keep leaking and dripping out. So that is fantastic. This boom sprays out around this distance. I think it's around about 2 meters of coverage that I get with this boom, which is awesome because I think garden edging to garden edging is about 20 meters in my back lawn. So basically 10 runs up and down, which is not too bad. And something that I can also do with these nozzles, which is awesome, is that I can open them and close them. So if, for example, I got down to my very last run and I only wanted to run, say, these 2 nozzles, I didn't want that one on to get a more even coverage on my last strip, then I'll do it on this one, but I can twist in that little bit there and that shuts off that nozzle. Now, if I want to, I can also open up these nozzles on the outsides on a beautiful still day, which I could do today. Fantastic day to spray today. But I think predominantly I'll use these main 3 nozzles, get that really nice 2 meter coverage. And yeah, the pump upgrade and everything, fantastic. Now, what I want to impart on you guys is to be better than me, because I was using that old boomless spray nozzle for like 6-7 months. We've been here for 8 months. So yeah, using it for far too long without ever calibrating. I always knew it was around about 30 litres. I just put in around about 30 litres of volume in here and I would just make it up each time and I'd get pretty close to 3 directions. So what I actually want to do today is calibrate my sprayer to walk really consistently in 2 directions over the lawn to get my nice even coverage. So what I'm doing to calibrate today is, firstly, I have filled up this sprayer to the absolute brim. That's why at the start when you saw me pushing it out here, really heavy because it's got 100 litres of water in there. So this probably weighs 110, 115 kilos right now. So what I'm gonna do is push this across the lawn, 2 directions, really consistent. Then I'll be able to figure out how much water I've used. And then going forward, what my volume is to get even coverage, 2 directions. All right, let me tell you, that was a bloody effort. I'm not quite sure how much is going to be going out of here. It feels like a fair amount. I would guess, oh, do you know what? That's unbelievable. There's a lot more water in there than I expected, but something that definitely would have affected my walking speed and the results there is exactly how bloody heavy this was. But this test is going to be really good to give me a pretty accurate figure that I can now work off when I'm filling up my sprayer to get a nice even amount of coverage. Because damn, it's a lot easier to push these with 30 litres in it, like I normally do, than 100. That was a workout. So now, what I'm gonna do, I've got a 9 litre bucket here, I'm gonna fill it up, and I'm gonna see how many litres it takes to get back up to being full to the brim, like it was when I started. And that's my calibration. All right, that is absolutely full to the brim. I filled the bucket to 8 litres because 9 is right at the top of the bucket. And what's left in there now, about 2 litres left in that bucket. So there we go for 2 directions, nice even walking pace, good coverage, perfect coverage really. 22 litres is about my mark that I need to fill up to. Good to know. So I'm going to turn the sprayer on and probably put it into the pool or something like that so it's not wasted. Going to have some lunch. I'm going to let what I just sprayed on there just dry out just a little bit, even though it's only a small amount. I'm going to work on the front lawn, record for Instagram out there, then I'll come back here, mow and spray my fertiliser. It's looking pretty nice out there. I did on the weekend spray some lawn row because I've got some annoying grassy weeds. I'm not really sure what they are, but yeah, I just thought I'd try some lawn row. There's a massive amount of clippings. This catcher is huge. On your normal rotary mower, if you're rotary mowing, this is probably 2 full catchers, I reckon. Some really nice clippings in there. Like some of those blades, easily be 10 mil tall. So yeah, clearly taken off a lot of grass. So our temperatures, both minimum and maximum, have been above average the last week. Haven't had as much rain, so yeah, good winter conditions. I really can't believe how much grass is in there. But anyway, we'll have a look at the sprayer. This will show really well how even the coverage is, but so you can see that's a really nice spray there. That is, yeah, probably just to the outsides there, about 2 meters or so. Damn it. Yeah, really nice even coverage on it. So I'm gonna fill this up with a half rate of the Lawn Tips Winter Mix, with a little bit of liquid iron in it as well. Get spraying. was great to get cooperation from the weather again. Perfectly still day amongst all of the rain and the wind that we've had recently. It feels like it's been quite a windy winter. The fact that I keep getting good conditions to spray every 3 weeks is a bit of a miracle, so we'll pray that that continues. First use of this thing was awesome. The more coarse droplets going straight down, just, I don't know, spraying it, just feel a lot more confident getting that on there. Something else as well in terms of an upgrade that we did, you can only just sort of see it there, maybe a tiny bit. The actual little, it's not the right word, but the little filter thing that sucks up the liquid, we put I think it's brass, a heavier one in there that's going to sink and stay at the bottom and not float around, and make sure that we pick up all the last bits of the spray. So you saw in there, there's maybe a litre left, which means that the calibration that I've done, I'm feeling really, really good about, really accurate. I probably walked a little bit quick, I think, at times. I had to pull my pace back a little bit, mindful of time this afternoon as well, so that plays into account. But anyway, I will just put out the rest of that probably up in that back corner where it struggles a bit more. But yeah, I'm not selling you anything here because you can't actually buy this exact unit from Silvan, although keep your eye out. It might be something they get into in the future. You know, comment below if you want to see a Silvan Lawns in Good Nick collab on walk behind 50, 75, 100 litre sprayer. But yeah, you could do this. You could buy this 100 litre tank. This is a really old one that I've learnt, but you could buy an existing Silvan tank that comes on one of these drag behind ATV style of units and do exactly what I've done. If you've got a Sparky, mate, or whatever, get some handlebars for it, get an on-off switch. You know, it's still not going to be a cheap job, but yeah, something that if you care about your lawn and you've got a bigger lawn area like I've got, 500 square meters here, it's a project you might want to look into. But anyway, again, thanks heaps for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure if you don't follow me on Instagram, you go and do that as well. Like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. See you in the next one.